Welcome, everyone, to session number 3 of What's Happening Here? And in sessions 1 and 2, we learned what's happening here was foretold in 2 prophecies. The first one comes from 2 Thessalonians 2, verses 9 through 11. It tells us of the coming of the lie, and that this lie is a powerful delusion. Furthermore, the lie will come in accordance with how Satan works. The second prophecy tells us how Satan works, and it's found here in this fresco entitled The School of Athens, and it's found in the Vatican. God used this masterpiece, etched in stone, to send us in America a message. And that message is a warning that provides some context, if you will, about how the lie will come to America. And that is actually the central issue right here in this fresco where everything converges. And so let's go ahead and zoom in on that right here. Now, at first glance at this right here, it appears to be 2 intellectuals in a debate over their viewpoints. And I believe that's a wrong interpretation. In fact, I believe the correct interpretation is it's a warning of a dark and sinister plot from Satan. He seeks to elbow out the truth, which is this book in Plato's hand, which is the Bible, and institute his lie, which is this book right here. So, if you've been with me this far and have been wondering what's happening here, why are we seeing this proliferation of false teachings everywhere? Well, here's your answer. It's because of the, in the singular, lie. This book is the false belief. And so recall in the Old Testament, we're going to go back to session 1. Recall this is the Israelites, and they believe this idol is a god, and it's the, in the singular, false belief. And then the Israelites believe this idol is the purveyor of all truth, but instead of truth, what they get is this proliferation of false teachings. So this is how Satan worked in ancient Israel, and it's how Satan works today in America, except the false belief is now a book. That book is right here. And it's from this book that Satan will delude all of America with all of his false teachings. This is why we have all the craziness in America right now. So now, enough buildup, right? Inquiring minds want to know, what is the book? The lie. Drum roll, please. Ready for this? Origin of Species, a book written by Charles Darwin. The full title of this book is On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, or the Preservation of Races, of Favored Races in the Struggle for Life. It's quite a mouthful. I could barely get it out. But here's the point. This book is saying that all species, including us, everything in this world, is not from above, all right? Not from a creator God, but that it emerged from below, a material, evolutionary process. All right? This is Satan's counterfeit to creation and a creator God. Now, I am anticipating 2 different reactions to hearing this. One comes from the secularists. When they hear me say that Origin of Species is a lie, they will howl in protest, pound on the table. Origin of Species has been proven. Evolution is based on science. All right, that's one response. And my response to the secularists who do that is no. It's a powerful delusion. But the other reaction is a bit of a mixed bag, and it comes from people who believe in this book. That would be the Bible, and that would be Christians. I would say Christians' response to Origin of Species starts with this: cluelessness. Now, I know that's a bit harsh, but many Christians are clueless about evolution because perhaps they haven't been taught evolution. Or have you ever tried reading Origin of Species? I've read it, and it's not an easy read. Point is, there are many potential reasons why Christians are clueless about Origin of Species. Furthermore, many Christians are intimidated by evolution. Okay? A friend of mine has called evolution a charged word, and he compared it to the word abortion. Okay? You hear those words and you recoil a little bit. They make you uneasy. Christians don't really want to talk about evolution. They are intimidated by it. And so while being clueless and intimidated are significant issues, the next reaction is perhaps even worse, and that is appeasement. Now, what does that mean? That means we have a Christian who thinks they understand evolution and they believe it's true. It's based on science, after all. They believe that creation and evolution can live harmoniously together and just get along. Now, I have a question for the appeasers, if I can call you that. Can the truth live in harmony with the lie? All right, let me emphasize that. Can the truth make peace with the lie? The answer is no. We cannot and should not appease the lie. Finally, the number one reaction that we see from Christians, I believe, is that of indifference. Many Christians, including those in leadership, just don't care about evolution, all right? I like to say it this way: evolution schmevolution, all right? There are bigger issues for Christians to be worried about and concerned about in America today. We must address all the false teachings that we see everywhere, right? The indifferent Christian, I have to say, is powerfully deluded. They don't see that Satan is using Origin of Species, all right, as the foundation of his rebellion. There's that scary word, right? Rebellion, conscious going after the truth. Now recall in Isaiah 44, this is from session 1, Isaiah just had a scathing rebuke of the Israelites, calling them stupid and ignorant, all right? And I have a feeling, I wonder, if Isaiah was standing here today, you know, he just might accuse America of the same thing. You know, such stupidity and ignorance. Their minds are shut to Satan's plot to use this book to lead his rebellion. Okay? Elbow out and destroy the truth. So, next question, and I think this is an important one. How will Satan lead his rebellion? Put another way, how is Satan going to pull this off? Well, we do know some things. This rebellion will come in accordance with how Satan works, and we know that. We also know how Satan works. We know that he's a counterfeiter, right? He counterfeits God's system with his, which is a lie. So, what is God's system for delivering his truth, his word to us? Well, here on earth, we have pastors and priests, biblical teachers, which could all be summarized as the clergy. And Satan is going to counterfeit that system with people on earth who serve the lie. All right? He has a priesthood here. This is prophecy number 1. Comes right out of prophecy number 1. But Satan isn't finished. Christians have the church, right? That is God's institution here on earth where people gather together, Christians gather together. We're taught the truth, right? We fellowship with each other. We worship our Creator God. And Satan's going to counterfeit that system with his own institution where people will gather together. They'll have fellowship. And they will be taught the lie. All right? Furthermore, people in this institution will be deluded, powerfully deluded. They won't even realize they're worshiping Satan when they're at the School of America. The School of America will become a satanic institution that serves the lie as shown in prophecy number 2. And here's what I mean by that. 100 years ago, just 100 years ago, teaching evolution was illegal. And teaching the Bible was foundational. Okay? Schools taught creation. Schools taught the truth. Today in America, we find that reversed. Oh, hold on. Reversed. The Bible has been elbowed out by Satan with his brash new idea, the lie, the counterfeit. Now, I'm sure there are people who may disagree with what I'm saying here. For one, the secularists that serve Satan, they will nearly all the time, they'll double down and they will continue to believe in and serve Satan's lie. But many Christians may be unsure of what I just covered as well. Point is, I need to provide further clarification on what I'm saying here. And that's going to happen in session 4. And as a lead into that, I'm going to include prophecy number 3. And that tells us exactly when Satan took control of our schools. I hope you can join me for that.